Hello everyone. Today what we're going to look at is tangents and the normal of a curve. And we're going to use differentiation to find those points. So let's start with something a bit straightforward. Find the equation of the tangent where y equals 5x squared plus 3 at x equals 2. Not a problem. First thing we need to do is we need to work out the gradient of the tangent. So dy by dx is just going to be 10x, and then the gradient at x equals 2 is just going to be 10 times 2. We know all this already, so therefore we get an answer of 20. Okay? Now, what's the y coordinate when x is equal to 2? So that's another thing we need to know. So when x equals 2, right, y is equal to 5 times 2 squared plus 3. And so therefore we're left with an answer of y equals 23. Yeah? So therefore, the gradient at 23 is equal to 20. Okay? So now what we need to do is we need to put it in the form y equals mx plus c. The way we can do that is we use a formula. Y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1, right? And that will put it into a linear equation. Let me show you how it works. So in this case, y minus, and our y in this case is 23, is equal to 20, which is our gradient, times x minus 2. Okay? And if we put this to make y the subject, we'll get an answer of y equals 20x minus 2 plus 23. And then we can just expand the bracket. So we're left with y is equal to 20x minus 17. So that is the equation of the tangent at y equals 5x squared plus 3 at x equals 2. Does that make sense? Make sure you subscribe so you can have more videos that make sense just like that last explanation. So now let's move on to a little bit of a tricky equation. The equation of a curve is y equals 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. Find the equation of the tangent where the curve crosses the point at positive x-axis. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is solve the equation. 2x squared minus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. What's a number that adds up to make minus 3 but multiplies to make minus 4? That's just going to be minus 4 and 1. So 2x squared minus 4x plus x minus 2 is equal to 0. Let's factorize each of them. So this will be 2x times x minus 2. And this will be minus 1. No, it will be plus 1 times x minus 2. And so what we're left with is 2x plus 1 and x minus 2. And so what we're left with is x equals negative a half and x equals 2. For this one, they ask us specifically for the positive x-axis, so x is equal to 2. Now, because this is in the x-axis, y is going to be equal to 0, okay? So therefore, the point they're asking us for is 2, 0, okay? Now we need to do is we need to find the equation, the gradient at 2, 0. So dy by dx is going to be 4x minus 3, which is just going to be 4 times 2 minus 3, which is 5. So the gradient is 5. Now, to work out the tangent, all we're going to do is y minus y1 is equal to x minus x1. Okay? mx minus x1. So that's going to be y minus 0 is going to be 5 times x minus 2. And so therefore y is equal to 5x minus 10. And that's the equation of the tangent that crosses the point 2, 0. If you need more help with these sorts of topics, join my Discord server and you can ask me whatever question you want, and I can tailor my explanation to you. Now, what about something like this? A curve has an equation y equals 16 over x minus 24 over x squared. So find the equation of the normal to the curve at this point. Give your answer in the form ax squared plus by is equal to c. So for this one, we're told that it's going to be at x equals 2. That's just the nature of how it works. It was a follow-up question. So when x is equal to 2, y is going to be 16 over 2 minus 24 over 2 squared, which is just going to be 8 minus 6 and 2. So x equals 2, y is equal to 2. So now we need to differentiate. So dy by dx is going to be, well, let's write this out. So this is 16 x to the minus 1 minus 24 x to the minus 2. And so we can say that this is minus 16x to the minus 2 plus 48x to the minus 3. And that is the gradient function. So the gradient at this point is just going to be minus 16 times 2 to the minus 2 plus 48 times 2 to the minus 3. And we should get an answer of, if we do it correctly, 2. So the gradient at this point is also 2. Fine. But this is asking for the normal. And the normal is basically the perpendicular. Okay? How do you work out the gradient of the perpendicular? Well, the gradient of the perpendicular is the negative reciprocal, isn't it? So that's just going to be minus 1 over 2. Okay? And then it's the same as it's always been. So the equation of the normal is just going to be y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. We know that it's at 2, 2. So y minus 2 is going to be minus a half x minus 2. Let's expand the bracket. So this is minus a half x minus 1. And then for this example, it's in the form ax plus by is equal to c. So let's put x on the other side. So we're left with a half x plus y minus 2 is equal to 1 minus 1. And then put the minus 2 on the other side. So therefore, a half x plus y is equal to 1. And that is our final answer. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you guys want to pass your exams with flying colours, drop me an email to get tutored by me. I can organise a meeting and a quote. Keep on learning, as you have no idea what you're capable of doing.